What's up guys, welcome back to another video. And this is part 3 of the Gasman build. I'm just gonna go over real quick what we're gonna be doing to this thing in this video. I just got my new coils and my new spark plugs in, so we're gonna put those in and hopefully that fixes the stuttering issue. We're also gonna hook up an exhaust system for this thing because this thing is really loud. I also want to fix this jank ass freaking air filter setup. It's held up by freaking duct tape. I lost this screw there. We also have to make a belt guide for the transaxle pulley because this belt keeps falling off. We're also going to make the steering a lot better. I said it was good in the last video, but to be honest, I just wanted to get that video out. I mean, look at this. I can fix that. I can make that a lot better. We also need to fix the hood on this thing because I broke it. I have a plan for this. I'm going to weld a piece of metal from there to here, and then weld a piece from here to here. And that will reinforce the hood really good. I mean, it's such a good plan, it even rhymes. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into this video. And the montage. Alright guys, I have the coils sort of installed. They look a little different than the stock coils, but they'll probably work. Little hack here. You're gonna wanna gap these with like a credit card or a gift card or something. I have the state-of-the-art Dunkin' Dog Nuts gift card. Just take your gift card here, pull it back, rotate the flywheel to where it's flatter. Stick the credit card in there, push it up against it. Oh, I don't know what that was. And then once it's gapped, just tighten those bolts. And then you're gapped. I'm replacing genuine champions with these mist spark plugs. What's up guys? We're back. I have the new coils and new spark plugs installed. Oh yeah, we're ready to start this thing and test it. Wish me luck. It's 8 in the morning right now and my neighbors are sleeping probably. And this thing's really loud. Coils didn't fix it, bro. Come on. So guys, the fucking coils didn't fix it. It still sputters. What a pain in the ass. I guess it's like a fuel issue. Maybe the carburetor's dirty. I don't know. There's a little inspection cover right there. I'm gonna take that off real quick. Okay, I took that little inspection cover off. I freaking destroyed the gasket, but whatever. I'll just make a new one out of like a cereal box or something. I don't know if you guys could see down in there, but there's definitely some crap in there. You could see in those ports, I don't know. But right there, you could definitely tell there's some crap. And that's not from the gasket, that was like that. So I'm gonna clean this carburetor and let's see if that fixes the problem. There was definitely a little bit of junk in there. Well, hello there. Alright guys, I got the carburetor all disassembled here, as you can see.
It's time to stop!
This thing is pretty much ready for the ultrasonic cleaner. I just have to clean up the outside of it first. I took out everything that needed to be removed, like the rubber seals and the plastic pieces, because those are very sensitive inside the ultrasonic cleaner because the ultrasonic fluid ruins seals and probably plastic as well. It says safe on plastic, but I don't trust it. So I pretty much just disassembled this thing to a throttle body, or just a carburetor. And you can look in there. That's its nose, as you can tell. Probably should have done it like that. Well, hi there, fellas. I'm 25 years old, and this is my first ever cleaning. I haven't showered in 25 years. Get out! All right, enough monkeying around. Let's just get this thing back together. All right, guys, the carburetor's now back on. I have a little temporary air filter setup going on here. Yeah, It's freshly rebuilt, all new gaskets, all new seals. So we're gonna hope it works. But let's see if this thing will start, and hopefully that stupid stuttering issue will have been stopped. All right, guys, I'm back, and now I'm gonna try to fix the hood. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna cut these flat iron pieces of metal thing from the Trailmaster rack. I'm gonna weld a piece from here to make it stronger. I'm also gonna bend a piece from here and then weld it to here and here so that it reinforces it, vice versa on this side as well. And then that should hopefully fix the hood. I already figured out what I need for the exhaust system, and probably after we fix the hood, we're gonna fix the steering. Well, guys, I fixed the hood. We don't talk about that, all right? So here's what I did. If we look in here, I welded a bar from this side, which was good, to this side, which is the one that fell off. I made sure it was lined up, and I welded it. And also, I put a 90 there and welded it to the hood here, and then welded it to this bracket so that it's nice and strong. Ow, it's still hot. This thing ain't going nowhere. I guess it's time to work on the steering now. I got the new steering box installed. If you look here, there's still a ton of play. Look, all that is play in the steering box. So I guess these things are made really cheap, but I have a plan for a future video. Let's just say it involves the Kawasaki body. But that's all I'm gonna say of that because I wouldn't want to spoil my plans for you guys. But leave a comment, see if you could guess. Another thing I did was I put another zip tie on the governor spring. That's how I bypassed the governor. I just put a zip tie on this spring right here. That's how you do it on these V-twin engines. You just put 2 zip ties on that spring right there. But what I did before, I messed up because I only put 1 zip tie on there, so the spring was still stretching, so it wasn't fully bypassed because the spring was still springing. Now the spring has a lot less spring so that it doesn't spring whenever I push the throttle, so that the governor doesn't spring. You know the spring that springs whenever I spring my spring and spring? Yeah, that spring. But there is definitely an improvement in the steering, I'm not gonna lie.
2 weeks later.
Alright guys, I had to pull the engine out. I don't know where the hell I left off. I'll find out when I'm editing this, but this is kind of just a random drop of news. I had to replace the oil seal on the engine, and I also took out the governor while I was in there because I want to go 80 miles an hour. As you guys can see, I have the governor assembly out. Pretty friggin' easy. It would normally sit right here on the engine, and you pretty much just pry up on it on a screwdriver until it comes out. For me, the shaft came out, but sometimes just the assembly will come out without the shaft, so you might have to take the shaft out afterwards if you can. If it's like really stuck in there, just leave it so you don't have to worry about falling out. But yeah, this is gonna be pretty awesome because the old way I bypassed it was literally with friggin' zip ties around the spring, and it sucked because it wasn't fully bypassed. So I finally got to work on this thing again. About the mufflers, the exhaust pipes, it's gonna be a while before I can even find that. Might not even be in this video, to be honest. But I want to try to make it as soon as possible. But yeah, this friggin' oil seal went bad, so I ordered a brand new, genuine Amazon Chinese seal from Amazon for like 12 bucks for an entire friggin' gasket set. So we're gonna hope that that holds, unlike this, because this shit was like screwed. Like, this thing is completely messed up. So we're gonna get this thing back thrown together on the Gasman, and hopefully it'll work. And hopefully I can get my damn trailer out of the woods. So I got the engine back together, probably not correctly, but we're gonna find out later. So here's the bullshittery I got going on for the throttle return spring on the governor. I took the idle spring, this is the idle spring. It used to go from there to there. It used to control how low and high the idle was. I took it, I turned these two things around because they were pointing the other direction. I just put it in the vise, turn them around. And then I drilled a hole here and then used the stock hole for where the idle spring used to be. And now it returns. So you can see it returns back to idle. Nice and easy. And it's not held wide open. So that's pretty much what you do using zero resources. Because, you know, that's just, you know, you gotta figure that out whenever you're ramshackle like me. I just kept the stock spring under here because it actually ended up being perfect because this thing doesn't open up all the way with the Allen bolt there. But I still get full throttle because that spring is tuned to make it have full throttle. I don't know, that was just some weird coincidence. But yeah, that's pretty much that. So there you go.
Oh, drink up, yummy, yummy. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. What the fuck?
Alright guys, so I have the engine assembled and put back onto the lawnmower. All we have to do is let the rest of the oil in that drain into it and put this header pipe back on and it's ready for a test drive. I also got all the parts necessary to make the exhaust for this thing. So we're going to be doing that So we're going to be doing that after the test drive or tomorrow, but you know, after the test drive. Alright, I'm back. I started this thing up, it sounded freaking insane. This thing revs so much higher. Before we were only getting half throttle even with the freaking zip ties on the spring and the bypass cover. This thing has so much more RPM. I didn't drive it though. Anyways, I had to lower this bolt down because there was not enough throttle travel. I could barely put my weight of my hand on this thing and be at like half throttle. So I had to lower this bolt down. It was like all the way up here before. And now it goes pedal to the metal perfectly. There's a lot more throttle travel now, which I like. Hopefully that fixes the problem of this throttle being super freaking touchy. But yeah, let's start this thing up and I'll give you guys a listen. All right. So moving that bolt down made a big difference. It's way less touchy. I used to just put my hand on it and it would rev to like half throttle. But now it's so much better. So much better. Now I think it's only time that we take this thing for a rip. Alright guys, we're back a few days later. I guess it's time to start working on the exhaust on this thing. So guys, I finished the stacks. Look at these things, dude. These things look and sound amazing. But anyways, this thing's done for part 3. Stay tuned for part 4 whenever we do some crazy upgrades to this thing. The 200 sub special, which is probably gonna end up being the 300 sub special on accident because you just have to trust me on this, alright? But yeah, the stacks are done. They look pretty good. Let me show you guys what I did. Pop this thing open. We have I just basically cut everything and welded it. My welds are way better than yours. Oh my god, yeah. Mine are the best welds you've ever seen. Just look at these freaking things, my man. I am gonna build some hangers for these so that they don't like break off, but these freaking things are pretty sturdy on there. I'm not gonna worry about it. So yeah, anyways guys, thank you guys so much for watching.
if I made a YouTube short about the new shop, so that explains a lot. But yeah, see you guys when I do part 4 of this thing, and when I ride it, because yeah. See you guys later. Thank you guys for watching so much.